What's up, AnimeBallZ fans? Tash here, and I'm going to bring you another little segment from AnimeBallZ. And this is Hetalia World Series and Hetalia Axis Power movies painted white. Because I'm going to be doing the series and the movie, I'm going to start off with the series and then follow with the movie. Hopefully it'll make sense as I go along. Hetalia World Series is basically season 3 and 4 of the Hetalia Axis Power series, just under a different name. I don't know why they decided to change the name, but they did.
Off the tracks.
So the plotline for Hetalia World Series is okay. So actually it really doesn't have a plotline. It's just a massive cynical gag kind of thing. So it basically it makes fun of events throughout Europe between World War I and World War II, so 1915 to 1939. They use exaggerated characters who represent countries to portray events, basically. It jumps back and forth in settings, so it can go from ancient to modern quite fast. It can even jump into the middle of an event and not show the start of it till a couple of episodes or so later. But it's a little weird with the storyline, but you just gotta go with it. But the episodes only run for about 5 minutes, so it's really easy to sit there and just watch the whole series in an afternoon. I know I did it, and you know I quite enjoyed it. So the movie has an actual storyline. This alien race comes to Earth called pigs, and their goal is to remove all of Earth's colour and transform it into this white blob or something, and then the Axis powers have to fight for Earth to get Earth back, and America, being America, takes the lead and goes, we have to destroy them, we have to win. You know what America does. Everybody knows what America does. But throughout the movie, it recaps through the whole Hetalia series. So again, it jumps, and you'll be sitting there and you'll be watching, and then all of a sudden it'll flick back to something you've seen throughout the series, and you're a little bit like, what? Why are you recapping that? And then it'll jump back to the storyline. So again, it's very, very jumpy, but if you kind of go in there with an open mind, it's not so bad. So the characters of Hetalia are basically pretty simple. As I said, they represent a country. So Italy is utterly obsessed with pasta. Germany is basically, it's just Germany. France is obsessed with women and looking utterly adorable, and Britain is all pompous and loves his tea and likes his fish and chips, and Japan is very quiet, very proper, very Japan-like, and America's just out there and just obsessed with being the leader and all that kind of stuff.
The good, the bad, and the dubbers.
Now, the characters are exactly the same for the movie and the series, so I don't need to really separate them there. Now, forgive me for reading, because there is like 13 of them, and these were the only main characters that I could come across that showed up enough throughout the series. There's about, I don't even know, 500 or something characters. That's probably an over-exaggeration, but considering there is a character through every single country, sometimes even towns, like Belgium and Rome and all that stuff, so there's a lot of characters, and I really didn't want to waste all your time sitting here going through them all. So first up, we have Italy. who is voiced by Todd Heppercorn, who does Liao from Fullmetal Alchemist. Next is Germany, who's voiced by Patrick Size, who did Frankie from One Piece. Japan, who's done by Christopher Bevins, who did Kenji from Initial D in the Funimation dub. China, who's done by Clarine Harp, who does Sane from Samurai 7. Britain, who's voiced by Scott Freeman, who did Harvard D. Eclair from Soul Eater. America, who's voiced by Eric Vale, who also does Canada, who everybody knows is the voice of Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. Next is France, who's done by J. Michael Tatum, who did Kyoyo Otri from Ouran High School Host Club. Then Russia, who's voiced by Jerry Joel, who did Ellis Kasten from Darker Than Black. Then is Poland, who's voiced by Joe McDonald, who does Fuma from the Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle. Next is Lithuania, who's voiced by Josh Gorell, who did Makoto Agami from Ghost Hound. Finland, who's voiced by Clint Beckham, who does Kazumi Mikura from Air Gear. Then Sweden, who's voiced by Robert McCullum, who does Messia Katuka from Hellgirl. And Tony, who is an alien, who is voiced by Machika Bullard, who does Ellie from Black Cat. So the dubbing of Hetalia is actually quite good. There's a lot of well-known voice actors throughout the whole thing. Because of so many characters, you've got to have so many voice actors. But I didn't see any loose flaps. Everything worked quite well. There wasn't any mistakes that I could see, and it all ran pretty well, and it did make proper sense. There was a few things that you kind of think, I think you mistranslated there, but other than that, the dubbing was really, really good. Now, because it's such a short series, and because the episodes are so short and it's so all over the place, if there was any plot holes, you can't see them, because there's so much going on, so much misunderstanding, you just can't keep track of it. And I highly doubt anybody's abridged this, because you can't abridge something that's already hilarious. So I rate Hetalia World Series and Hetalia Painter White 5 out of 9 host club members, mainly because I did like it, but it took a little while for me to get into, and in all honesty, I didn't understand a thing that was going on, and I found it funny, but it's kind of you watch it when you just want to have a kind of laugh, not when you want to seriously get into a storyline or something. It's just something to have a bit of fun with. So that is this is for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I've been Tash, this has been This Is, and I'll catch you on the flip side.